Permanent tattoos are a pretty big commitment. Imagine this, you're out there getting a tattoo of your favorite animal, a panda, perhaps. Then the next day, you go to Panda Express, as any panda lover would. And guess what? On your way back, you're like having a good time. Your way back home, you're having a good time. You're like, I just had food at Panda Express, my favorite institution. And you get attacked and mauled by a rogue panda. And for the rest of your life, till you lay your head to rest on your deathbed, you have to walk around with a picture of your biggest enemy printed upon your flesh. So yeah, that's why I've never really gotten a tattoo personally, and why the concept of not so permanent tattoos seemed pretty interesting in my eyes. Well, until today. So today's topic, we're back here with a presentation, is about a brand called Ephemeral Tattoos. We're gonna learn about this together through this presentation, so, buckle up and listen up. This was made by Maya the researcher. She put a lot of effort into this, so everyone in the comments say, thank you Maya for your presentation. As it states here, Ephemeral Tattoos is a company that uses ink for tattoos that's meant to fade. The concept seemed quite cool to many. You can get a tattoo and have the sort of slight permanentness of it. It's on your body for some time, for a little while, maybe a few years perhaps, but eventually it fades away, like the sands of time. As the world moves away from fixed identities and binary boundaries, our made-to-fade tattoos offer a fun and fluid approach to body modification. Now, more than ever, self-expression matters, and the world needs more means to take control of their own identities. We promise you can express yourself today with the flexibility to change your mind later. Or so I thought. Okay, so we're gonna be talking about a few things that have come up about these meant-to-fade tattoos, and learn a bit about the exact promise here of the meant-to-fade thing. Keep in mind, we're gonna get a specific set of experiences. There may be people out there who've had a better experience with this brand, but yeah, we're gonna get a few stories here. There's some stuff indicating that the tattoos may be a little more permanent than people have thought. But again, it's important for me to put out that caveat out there. Maybe we're just getting a specific set of experiences. I don't want to just besmirch a company's name, but we're gonna see. Introducing Made to Fade. I gotta, I realize like even with ads, I gotta pause them every now and again, because sometimes they use like a song, a copyright-free song, but it's actually copyrighted from one of those libraries, and then I gotta pay for it still. So I gotta pause it and be a bit annoying, guys. I'm sorry. Introducing Made to Fade. You gotta put your hand in a thing. You regret nothing. I'm gonna get this tattoo and I'll regret nothing. It's a tattoo brand for people with anxiety. So yeah, the initial claim here, as stated, is that pretty much, well, we see 9 to 15, but the idea is that you'll have the tattoo for about a year, and eventually it will fade. It is meant to fade. And this is a video showing that timeline, while answering a question, does it completely disappear after the 15 month? You know what, I'm just gonna mute these videos. 1 month, 5 months, it's a bit more faded away. 8 months, more faded. 12 months, even fader. And 15 months, back to normal. You can now get tattoos that fade after a year for less than $200. So we did it, and here's everything you need to know. So this brand started in 2021. Right? So this is kind of the interesting thing here, right? If you go to do this straight out the gate, you're really relying on that promise that they're meant to fade. You're really going in there with the belief that this is gonna happen. But you're only gonna fully know what people's experiences with this company have been only after like a year and a bit or so. I just say, I got a haircut before this video. Barber did quite a nice job. I'm enjoying this hair. Thank you, Barber. So this is a TikTok from 2022, a year after the company launch. So this video was posted by an account called, you can read it. You know what? You can read it. Every time I read the names of these accounts out loud, I regret it. I make a mistake. It's here. You can read it. You can see it on the screen. Nikki Papaz, okay? I said it. Hopefully it's correct. So they're saying here, they make you sign something at the shop that says, all the permanent things it can do to your skin. Don't fall for the advertising like my idiotic ass. So here they're comparing it to the sort of time lapse that we saw earlier. Literally 9 months in. So here in a 9-month example, it's quite faded away, and here 9 months have passed, and it looks pretty much the same. This is when this person got it, and this is after not. Looks pretty much the same. Uh-oh, can't get that panda tattoo now. You're gonna risk the whole situation that I made up earlier. And here we have a Reddit post about it. My friends and I got ephemeral tattoos last year. It has been 13 to 15 month plus for each of us. They look about the same as they did on month 2 and 3, which by the way, was never good. We emailed and they basically told us to f off. Was that the email? Dear sir or madame, f off. What's even more upsetting to me than the fact that I might have to pay to laser a tattoo that looked bad from day one, ink was spotty, lines wobbly, is that Ephemeral continues spouting bullshit on their social media, 9 to 15 months but sometimes longer or shorter. It feels extremely dishonest when it is common for these tattoos to stick around for much longer, and possibly forever. We don't know. If you are in the same boat, please send me a message. I would love to discuss ways we could warn others of the risk of a slow/non-fade and or get our money back. At best, Ephemeral's operation seems like false advertising. At worst, fraudulent. So this is an excerpt from an article about this whole thing. One temporary tattoo startup tells customers to regret nothing. Now, some have regrets. Uh-oh. In consent forms, Ephemeral customers are warned that the exact amount of time that the tattoo will last may be shorter or longer than the 9 to 15 month range. Since opening, Ephemeral has updated its original advertising, which promised tattoos gone in a year. Now, the company has added the word about before its quoted 9 to 15 month time frame and posted more details about times on its website. So this is an example of about after 15 months. It is faded. It is not this, but in the picture in the video time-lapse that they advertise, it's completely gone after 15 months. So that's, the panda's still gonna be there after you get mold. What happened to Ephemeral Tattoo and its disappearing ink? Hilary Sussman, a comedy writer in LA, had a funny habit of screenshotting tiny tattoos she liked, but never actually getting them. She was especially fond of a cute and spooky fine line tattoo of 2 ghosts that lived in her camera roll but not on her body. I thought, if I were to get a tattoo one day, oh god, if I were to get this tattoo, this is what I'd want. Luckily, 2021 gave us the advent of one of the most exciting innovations in the modern day tattoo industry, disappearing ink. One Sussman learned about Ephemeral, the brand engineering novel tattoo ink that disappears over time, and that there was a studio in downtown LA she booked in right away for the tattoo she'd been dreaming about. That's been the thing that's been holding me back from getting any tattoos. Just the permanence of it all. Just the idea of getting a tattoo of a panda, and then I'm walking down the street, and then I get a tattoo. Then we get more of the side that says regret nothing. Really, you really went out there with that messaging, huh? Just really went hard with this. Okay, so let's skip a little bit in this article, talking about how a temporary ink made this person act more irrationally. I think this is a different person. I'll get something I like but would never get permanently. I thought, but the night before the appointment, I searched tiny arm tattoos, and they put on a C'est La Vie tattoo. A little cheesy, a little silly stuff, but you know, if it's about to go away, it's about to go away. And then 22 months later, almost double the 9 to 15 month time range. After 22 months, it's still there. 7 months after it should have completely faded. That's month 1, that's month 22. Again, it's more faded, but at this point it just looks like your friend drew something on your arm, and like you maybe have gone into like a shower the next day, but you forgot to like really scrub it off, so it's still like a little bit on your arm. That's what that looks like. People are like, what's this smudge? Let me take care of that. That's the experience that you're bringing in into your life here. So here we get some explanation from the CEO of the company, Jeff. Getting a tattoo to disappear is in fact not that difficult. Getting a tattoo that disappears over a long period of time and is very black, vibrant with ink that's usable for a tattoo artist is actually very hard. According to the CEO, the team behind Ephemeral stood behind the time frame that they've given, as that was generally the time frame that their testing showcased. But as it says here, he wasn't surprised that the journalist's tattoo hadn't faded 22 months later because it was on her arm, which was further away from the core. She says if she understood that, she might have rethought the placement. The CEO also said there's a lot of factors that can make them last longer, but it seems like that wasn't really explained to people. Again, I can see how this isn't necessarily an exact science, but you can't have a sign out there being like, you're gonna regret nothing, without telling people what they might end up regretting, you know? So since all this stuff happened, it's been a few years now, the CEO then put out some more statements about how long this thing may be on your body. So I guess now you got that accurate information after you've already had this thing printed on you. The CEO then put out a statement about the ink lasting longer. Based on active customer fade monitoring, we now expect, based on the most popular tattoo design and placement choices, that 70% of all ephemeral will disappear in under 2 years, and others longer. Maximum fade duration. While fade times vary, your ephemeral will 100% fade away. To minimize ambiguity, we promise your money back if your tattoo lasts longer than 3 years. I think that's generally a good step. And then they have this graph. Let's have a look at it. After the tattoo is applied, enjoy your new art at its full vibrancy. After a few months, you may see it starting to fade. Our ink breaks down and is naturally removed from the body at a non-linear rate, which means that the fade may be drastic at first and then appear to be slowing later. So yeah, this is interesting. So before that, they were saying 13 to 15 months, and at 50 months, it's fully faded away. Now, 70% of customers can expect their fade to complete in under 2 years. And yeah, it generally seems like they've updated their language, which is quite good. And now that it's been over 2 years for a lot of people, we have a few updates that we can look at. So this is almost at 3 years, the 3-year mark. Again, remember the original promise that this person would have gotten this tattoo under was 9 to 15 months. It's now been almost 3 years. Let's look at this. Boop ba ba ba. What's going on here? Unfortunately, currently we don't have any guaranteed ways of expediting your tattoo fade. What's going on? Is she hiding that? Does she have a thing on them? Did she put like a band-aid over them or something? This has 100,000 likes, so this is pretty much what I was thinking. I didn't know what an ephemeral tattoo was, and I thought you got brown blobs tattooed on your arm. Weren't there a million tattoo artists saying, hey, so this is probably not a good idea. Should have listened to them before I got that tattoo of a panda mauling on a leg. That's right. The tattoo predicted the future. Oh my god. This is crazy. This is actually kind of nuts. Officially 3 years since I got my ephemeral, not even 50% faded. Biggest regret of my life. That's insane. That looks like fully like just a normal permanent tattoo. Well, if it's been 3 years, hopefully they can get your money back. Jesus, man. Generally, if we go to their subreddit, if you go to their subreddit, like that's kind of the main thing people talk about. And then at the other end, like, you know, you go here and you go into Google and you see that the ratings are positive, but then you do just get like Reddit post after Reddit post about how the tattoos are not fading away. Have potential lawyer for a lawsuit. Hello, I have a friend who is a big time lawyer in Los Angeles. I'm speaking with him to see his thoughts on our case. Can someone send me the waiver we signed so I can pass along to him? So yeah, this is like, people are getting together about this. Does laser work? It's literally all about the tattoos not fading away. Can we sue for false advertising? Ephemeral versus laser. Happy 3 years, I guess. Jesus. So yeah, that's pretty much that story. I know that people were talking about ephemeral tattoos and, you know, this time skip about a year or two ago. So I thought it would be interesting to look at 3 years now down the road. It's like 4 years, but, you know, a lot of people wouldn't have gotten it straight out the gate. So 3.5 years maybe. Yeah, a lot of people still have the tattoos, man. Crazy. 3 years. 3 years. 3-year update. Hello, I got my ephemeral tattoo 3 years ago as of Monday this week, and it's faded a lot, but still definitely visible. Taking them to small it's literally every f***ing post here. Ghosted on refund. I got my tattoo 3 years ago, and it's still going strong. I would like a refund per their regret nothing guarantee, and I submitted all the info they requested in early September. They said they would reply in 5 to 10 business days, but I have not heard back, and I've followed up multiple times. God damn. Well, guys, let me know what you think. Are you guys gonna go out there? Are you guys gonna go and get a tattoo with my face on it? Can you do that? Please don't. Please don't do that. If you're gonna do that, you're gonna have to pay me licensing fees. I've licensed my face. Like and subscribe to potentially start a discussion about licensing my face.